Okay, so this is part 3 of the review. This is on page 7, kind of in the middle of chapter 11. There's legend of a king. We've done this question before. The question is, do you want $1 million or do you want a penny a day, 1 penny a day, for 30 days, and you get double the amount. So since it's double the amount, your R would be 2, N would be 30, and A sub 1 would be 1 penny, which you want to write as a decimal. So your answer is in dollars rather than pennies.
This diagram.
Okay, so for this we have the sum of, after 30 days, would be 0.01, 1 minus 2 to the 30th over 1 minus 2. The answer is 10,737,000, and I forget the rest. So you would pick the second option, $10 million, 10.7. Number 40, this is an infinite geometric series. Infinite geometric series, the formula is S sub infinity equals A sub 1 over 1 minus R. This only works, however, when you have R between negative 1 and 1. It's only valid when your R is between negative 1 and 1. So this R is okay, so we can use the formula. The sum equals 4 over 1 minus 5/7, which the answer would be 14 when you do that in your calculator. For the next one, you have to find R. So 12R equals negative 18. So when you divide by 12, you would get negative 1.5. This R, however, is not in the interval, negative 1 to 1. So you would say no solution. It's not valid to use this formula on this question. The next one, you have infinite, so it's an infinite geometric series. A sub 1 is 24 and R is 3 halves. Notice this R is not in the interval. It is not equal, not between those two numbers, so that would be no solution. Find the next 4 terms of a recursive sequence. You start with 6. And then this formula tells you to get the second term, A sub 2. You take the term before it, sub 1, plus n. N is the same number position here. So it would be a 1 plus 3. So this would be 6 plus 4 is 10. So you got 10, you got 6. To find A sub 3, you would do A sub 2 plus 2 plus 3, which equals 10 plus 5 is 15. And then find A sub 4, you would do the term before it, A sub 3 plus 3 plus 3 is 21. 15 plus 6. To find iterates, you find the first one and then get the answer and then you do it again. And then do it one more time after that. So x sub 1, the first iterate is 4 times 5 minus 3 is 17. To find the next iterate, you repeat the process. 4 times 17 minus 3, 65. And the third one is 4 times 65 minus 3 is 257. So there are the 3 iterates. Pascal's triangle looks like this. We got a 1, a 1, 1, a 1, 2, 1. If the student misses anything, it's in the first 3 rows. They either forget the double 1s or they forget the 1, 2, 1 for some reason. So there's Pascal's triangle to the 6th row. And to expand a binomial, you can use Pascal's triangle in different patterns. So you're going to use your 3rd row on this one. You have 1, 3, 3, 1. And you have 2x to the 3rd, 2x squared, 2x to the 1st, and then 2x to the 0, which equals 1. And then you have 3 to the 0, 3 to the first, 3 to the second, 3 to the third. So your answer would be 2 cubed is 8 times 1, so it's 8x cubed. And then you have 3 times 4, 2 squared is 4. So 12 times 3 is, 12 times 3 is 36. X squared. And 3 times 2 is 6, 6 times 9. And 1 times 1 times 3 cubed is 27. So that would be the answer. Notice that both of these are positive, so you have all positives. There's no alternating negatives. This one you use the fourth row, and be careful that you're going to have alternating signs. But I was going to skip that since we just did one like that. You could try that on your own, and we could talk about it later if you want. I'll give you the answer later. On to chapter 12. 2 more chapters, 12 and 13. Chapter 12, license plate has 4 letters followed by 3 numbers. Letter, 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 number, number, number. How many possible license plates are there? Well, you have 26 letters in English, and you have 10 numbers. So you have 26 to the 4th times 10 times 10 times 10. 10 cubed. So that answer is... Can I write that one down? I guess not. 456. The next one, you have a choice of hamburger, chicken, fish. So you have 3 options. You have plain wheat, rye, or sesame seed bun. So you have 4 options. How many different combinations of one meat? There are 3 of them. And one bun, there are 4 of them. So you have 12 options. Lance's math quiz has 8 true and false questions. So true and false are 2 options. So you can think of it as 8 slots. You have 2 in each of those slots. So it's 2 to the 8th, which is 256 different ways that he could answer his test. Determine if it's permutation or combination. 8 people enter Best Buy contest. Blue, red, green ribbons. The order matters in awarding ribbons. Blue, red, green. So this is a permutation, and this is 8 permutate 3, which is 336 different ways that awards can be given. How many ways can the winner and first, second, third runner-up be chosen? That would be also a permutation, 10 permutate 4, which is 50-40. How many ways can you choose 2 CDs to buy from 10? Choosing CDs, the order doesn't matter, so it would be 10 choose 2, which is 45. Just to remind you where the button is on the calculator. We use it quite a bit, so you probably remember, but it's under math, under probability, and it's either number 2 or number 3. And number 4 is for factorial. Probability questions. Probability, so you should have denominators now. You have 7 blue, 5 green, 4 red, 8 yellow. You pick 1 marble, probability it will be green, and then separately we'll do this question. So green, they would have 5 green out of 24 marbles, so it's 5/24. Green then green without replacement would be, 1 green would be 5/24. The next green, if you don't replace the first one that you just took out, you would have 4 out of 23. And that you can write as a decimal, or as a percent. And state the odds of 1/2. The odds of 1/2, you have 2 in the denominator. That's your success plus failure. The numerator is your success. So if there's 1 way to succeed, 2 total, that means there's 1 way to succeed and 1 way to fail. To go the other way, if the odds are 6-1, then the probability would be 6 out of the sum of those would be 7 total, 6 out of 7. On number 49, Bob's moving, his CDs are mixed up. 12 are rock, 8 are jazz, 5 are classical. Reaches into a box, picks a couple CDs. What's the probability that he gets this combination? So this is picking a group, 2 CDs. So picking these two CDs, if you switch them, it's the same two CDs. So you're going to use combinations. And it's a probability. So you have a denominator. Classical, 5 choose 1 classical. That would be 5 ways of picking classical. And jazz CDs, there are 8, and you're choosing 2. So that's your numerator. Your denominator would be the total CDs that you have, which is 25. And you're choosing 3 of those. And I think the answer is 6.1% when you pound that in your calculator. You roll a 6-sided die 3 times. Find the probability of getting the same number. So the first time that you roll, you can get any number. The second time you roll, you have to get the same number. So whatever you get on the first roll, there's only one of those on the die. So you'd have a 1. And then there's only one of them on the die, so you have a 1. So the answer is 1 out of 36. Number 51. 3 mini chocolate bars, 5 peanut butter cups. Probability, so you should have a fraction. Probability chooses 2 mini bars. There are 3 mini bars. You're choosing 2. Out of 8, choose 2. And I recall the answer is 10.7. But you can check me when you do it on your calculator. Die is rolled, probability of getting a 5 or a number greater than 3. So getting a 5 is 1 out of 6. 4 is addition. Number greater than 3, there are 4, 5, 6, so 3 numbers greater than 3. But these are inclusive events. You have to subtract out the one number you've counted twice. Inclusive events. So the answer is 50%. Card is drawn. What's the probability of drawing an ace or a face card? There are 52 cards. It's an or. And how many aces are in a deck? 4. And how many face cards are in a deck? 12. 4 suits times 3 per suit. And these are exclusive. There's no overlap. So you get 4 13ths. On the next question. Just preparing things. On the next question, to find the mean, what do you do to find the mean? Mean is an average. So you would add up all the numbers, sum up all the numbers, and in this case you divide by 10. And you could do that on your calculator. To find the mode is the number that occurs most often, which in this case, none of these numbers repeat. They are all just 1, so there's no mode. And median. The median, you have to find the middle. When you have an even number, there's no natural middle. You kind of have to use the 5th and the 6th. If there's an odd number, then it's much easier to tell what the middle number is. But in this case, the 2 middle numbers, Brazil and Pakistan, 194 plus 175, divided by 2. And that looks like it's going to be 184.5 million people, median. On the range would be the biggest one minus the smallest one. 1343 minus 127 is 1,216 million. So that's the end of chapter 12. Chapter 13, this is our last chapter. This should be most familiar to you. So, I'm not going to talk through all these. I'll just show you the answers. So if you pause this video and try them on your own. On your final exam, I will not give you these formulas, so let me highlight them for you.
We don't need.
I'm not going to give you these formulas.
Don't need.
And you don't need them anyway, because you already know them. This was last week, so you should remember these.
Yeah.
Probably learned these formulas in kindergarten.
So, no.
So solve. Solve the triangle. Solve triangle ABC. So we'll graph the triangle ABC. Here's A, B, C.
E, F, G.
Maybe I should use D, E, F next time. Since saying ABC creates a song from the class. 1, 2, 3. There's no song for that. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. The problem is it never ends. Okay, so for this one, this is side, side, side. Side, 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 you would use the law of cosines. And from this point, we would have the inverse sine of 9 sine 35 divided by 7 is 47.5. We'll just round to 48 degrees. And that is the end of the review. A, B, C, D. A, B, C. Hebrew. Hebrew alphabet. Aleph, Bet, and Gimel, Dalet, Hey, and Vav, and Zayin, Hayten, Taten, Yod, and Kaf, Lamed, Noom, Samek, Ayin, Hey, and Sade, Kof, and Resh, Sin, and Shin, and Tav. What's the Chinese alphabet song?
就是